Hi everyone, welcome to LeisStitch. My name is Liesl and today is Saturday the 3rd of August. Thank you everyone for joining me again. I know it's been a while. Don't really have a good excuse. Basically, when I did have time, I'm like, oh, but I could be stitching, and stitching always won out. Sorry. But I am back and I've been stitching on only one thing. So I have a start, a finish, and oh my god, such a massive mistake. That is why I kind of happily not stitched on it. But I'm going to start with my start and finish. It's in one. All in one. Oops. Sorry, I had the threads in it and they just fell on the floor. But this is, very excited about this. This is Swan Lake from Our Forest Embroidery. Here it is. Here we go. There it is. Love it. Absolutely beautiful. Love, love, love this piece. So Swan Lake from Our Forest Embroidery. And it's stitched on 28 count plain fabric, 2/2. Fabulicious Fabrics Poseidon's Cave. Which originally I was going to stitch it on just a plain grey fabric. But my plain grey fabric was, when I went to grab my plain grey fabric, this was sitting right underneath it. And I'm like, oh, I think this could go better. And after consulting a couple of friends of mine, they're like, oh yes, we all voted for this. So pure luck this, but I love it on this piece. I'm actually thinking of doing the nutcracker on the other side. So a little match. But yeah. But isn't it just, oh, I love it. I'm going to bring it in. It's variegated threads. So you can see, I generally don't put too much thought into my variegated threads. I mean, I do a little bit, but I'm not like some people where I have to make sure the end and the beginning, the end of one thread and the beginning of the next thread matches. Because a lot of this, especially if it's nature, I'm like, well, nature is, it's different. So I don't always do that. But like in the moon, so you can see here in this bit, I haven't really tried to match everything up, learn where it's hanging down, and here, but in the moon, I didn't want to go a stripy moon, so I stitched the moon in a circle, so that's why that's got the circular effect. But you can see the leaves here and everything like that. I just kind of do it wherever it lands. With the snowflakes, I can see on the flowers here I've done like it's more of a stripy effect. But here on the man's shirt and the snowflakes, I've done it diagonal. Something a little different. And the man's pants, they're stripy. But so I do a little bit planning, but not so much. Like, yeah, it doesn't have to perfectly match. And her. So if I can see. Oh, I love this piece. I saw this piece on Etsy years and years and years ago. Fell in love with it, but you could only get it as a kit and it was so expensive, and the shipping was like bleh. And my friend Amanda pointed out, oh, it would be cheaper from Our Forest Direct, and I didn't realize that, so I went onto Our Forest website direct, and you could only get it as a kit. This is before COVID, and oh, I wanted it, but I'm like, oh, it's just too expensive. And then when the war in Ukraine, the Russian currency went down, and we thought, oh, I don't know if we can get it, so we got it. But thing is, we just missed out. We waited too long, thought about it too long, and the kit, it got sent, it got turned back at the post office in Russia. So it sat in Russia for years. And during that time also, Our Forest, which is a Russian designer, they you can now get, they changed it a lot, because a lot of this time you couldn't get Swan Lake as a PDF. You could only get some charts as PDFs back then, and this wasn't one of them. You could only get it as an actual chart, or actually even just as part of the kit. And then with the Ukraine war, that changed. They brought out all these new charts where you could get them as PDF. So I bought the PDF, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to start it. And I'm like, no, because I've bought the threads. They're sitting there, and I really want to see. And I mean, it looks good. I mean, my 101 hours is being done in DMC, but the threads are really nice to work with, and I love the variegation of the threads. So we waited, and then Amanda, she was emailing them, and they couldn't send them to Australia. So then we're like, well, can you send them to the US? So got the threads sent to Kim in the US. So Kim got the threads, and she sent me a video of the threads. She unpacked the kit for me and did me a video unboxing, my own personal video unboxing of the kit. And I'm like, look, I said, you can keep the fabric, the pattern. I said, you can keep the fabric, the pattern, and the box, but you can send me the needle minder and the threads. That's what I want. And so she put the threads and a needle minder in an envelope for me and sent them to me very quickly. So thank you very, very much. And it's the day I got it is the day I started it. And I don't think didn't really stop working on this since. So, love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So this is my new start and my new finish, which stopped me from working on other projects, and I just love it on this fabric. Okay, you guys are probably sick of looking at this now, but probably going to get framed. You're probably going to see in the not too distant future because I'm going to get it framed, of course. I'm trying to decide whether alright, I'm going to show you what I haven't been stitching on, which I noticed a really big mistake that night. I noticed a really big mistake on this, and then the next morning the threads for Swan Lake came, and it's like, well, that's a sign. It's a really stupid mistake. These are my reindeers, and I've been working on the border. I always do the border first for my reindeers. I don't know if you can even see it. See, the thing is, I don't even know if I should fix it. So with the border is, I don't know if you can see it. So you've got 2 rows of threads, 2 colours of threads there. Well, Bright Spark me, as I've been stitching this, I've just must have turned it. Yeah, you guys can guess. But I've done it once, so not all the crosses go in the same direction. But the thing is, it's like row 1 here will be fine, and row 2 up here is wrong way, and then down here might be like 10 stitches down here will be the wrong way, and then it's all over the place. So it's like I'd have to unpick the whole border, really. And I'm like, would anybody really notice it? Like, I don't know if you can know. You can't even notice in the video, but like, can you see it on the video where the crosses are going in the wrong direction? And I'm like, do I want to fix it? I feel like I should fix it. I feel like, is it going to annoy me if I don't fix it? I mean, the thing is, in pretty much all my, especially my older cross stitches, there's crosses going in the wrong direction in every single cross stitch. Sometimes only 5 crosses. Nobody can tell you where they are. I know exactly where they are. And every single cross stitch, that one up there, I finished her 25 years ago, 20 years ago, something like that. No, 25 years ago. I could point out where those crosses go in the wrong direction. But they don't really bother me that much anymore. I don't know. So I'm like, I haven't been stitching on this because I'm like, do I unpick the whole border and restitch it? Every cross is in the right place, it's just some of them go in the wrong direction. Or do I just, he'll notice. It's so sparkly and blingy, he's going to notice one border with some crosses in the wrong direction. I'm so tempted just to ignore it and go. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Next is Lest We Forget by, it's a Heaven and Earth Designs mini Lest We Forget. Artist is Bradley Johnson. And I'll put up what it's going to look like when it's done. And I've got one to put a photo up of where it was. I think I'm doing my, here we go. And this is where it is now. I'm currently sitting at 58%. I should just, might as well take the last one off so it sits properly. Isn't that coming along great? I love it. And that's down that's the bottom. So this is all just, that's the size of it there. And this is being stitched on 25 count even weave, just something I had in my stash, 25 count even weave, 2/1 10 stitch, which I've got to admit, I am very happy with the 10 stitch. Covers it great, it looks great. I have like over 200 Heaven and Earth charts. So I think any Heaven and Earth design charts, I'm definitely only going to be doing them in LeisStitch from now on. Although I think maybe for the ones I've already started, I'm not going to worry about that now. But that's going to together. My Stitch Power Up says to finish it by the end of this year, something like 257 stitches a day. I'm aiming to get 300 a day, which I'm currently doing. But I don't know whether I'll be able to keep that up. I've got a new role at work where I have spoken about it before, where I work 4 days a week, but I do work from, so I get Mondays off, Saturday, Sunday, Mondays off, and then I work from 8 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. Tuesday to Friday. And I don't know how busy I'll be. I could do it actually. It's 300 stitches actually isn't that hard to do. I'll still have my breaks and lunch breaks, but might have to use that more for my housework and stuff. We'll see. But it's going. At the moment, I'm doing training, so I'm getting so much done during the training. Like when I first started training, it was like I had to do like 292 stitches a day, and then yesterday I was like, oh no, I've only got like 252 stitches a day or whatever it was, something like that. So getting so much done. I'm doing what it is I got the idea of Jessie Marie does stuff. No, Jessie Marie. Yeah, Jessie Marie does stuff where she focuses on a project every year. She picks one project a year that she's going to focus on and finish, and it gets divided into 12 and part done each month. I didn't really say, okay, this part, this part, this part. I'm like, okay, because I can use Pattern Keeper with it. I'm like, I think it's like 8.3% every month or something like that. Like I have to hit a certain percentage every month to do it, and I'm doing it. It's going to get done. The plan is I'm going to, every year I'm going to do my oldest project is going to be the focus one, which my big one, It's Only Forever. That's my oldest project, but that's not going to, I can't get that done in a year, so that's not going to be it. I haven't been working on that much this year because I got focused on Turn Abbey, so, but I'm not got that worried about my big one. I bought it with the plan that it was going to take me a long time, like years and years and years to do, and it will get done. It's over 50%. No, it's not. It's nearly 50%. I can't remember where it is now. I should check up on that. Next is Turn Abbey, which this one had a massive hold on it while I worked on Swan Lake. So I'm still doing part 2. Part 3 has come out, but to get this one finished by the end of the year, it's like 200 stitches a day. And I'm doing this one on, I think it's 28 count. Might be 25 count. No, I'm pretty sure it's 28 count. Easy guide, 2/1 10 stitch. And because these are like doing 10 stitch, it's easy. I'm just moving the needle minder. So I'm not worried. It'll get done. So with this one, if you complete four full pages, you had a choice of 10 charts. And if you get 4 full pages done, and it has to be 4 full, but it can't be like 8 half pages. It has to be actually 4 whole complete pages done. You get all the 10 charts that were up for grabs, and if you get the whole piece completed by the end of the year, you get to choose 2 free charts from the Heaven and Earth website. So really, if I stick by this, if I can get Lest We Forget and this done, I'll have 2 Heaven and Earth designs completed this year, which I do love this design. I'll put up a dumb picture as well. So it's getting there. I want to see if I can change the Q-snap though. See if I can find one where the whole thing will fit. So yeah. Because I think that'll make it more fun to work on actually, because I'm constantly having to move the Q-snap a lot lately, which is, it's not hard, it's just not as much fun really when you're constantly moving that with that. Oh, that one's still a bit too small. Well, maybe I just couldn't make it a bit bigger. But that's the one I'm using for lest we forget, so I have to see if I've got one the same size. Alrighty. That's it for the stitching. I've got one bit of stash. Oh, I lied. 2 bits of stash. Continuing on from my Fabulous House series, Treehouse series. I haven't started this yet, which God knows when I will, but the Treehouse and the Barn House. And there's another one out called The Lighthouse has come out. So, and the threads. So those with it. So continue on that. And I did get, in Australia, we don't have Hobby House or Michael's. We've got called Spotlight or Lincraft, but they're generally not that good really for threads and stuff. And there's cheaper places you can buy them. But, and kits and stuff. But they had this 40% sale on. Alright, so I grabbed these. There's light effects, which I swear to God I wasn't going to use these because of the thing, but then I am going to use them because, yes, I know these are horrible and the devil's thread, and you know what, you guys on the other side of the world will probably hear me yelling and swearing at these when I do start using them, but did it go with a project called Gothic Window Temperature Chart? I'll put up a dump picture. So it's not like I won't be doing crosses, it's all backstitch, so, and the windows are the chart. And this is what you do the windows in. So I bought, it was all discounted, 40% off. I've got all the colours to use in the Gothic window. So that's going to be really pretty. The thing is though, I've started writing down the temperatures for the year. What I'm going to do is I'm going to base it on like the year my husband's on my first year of marriage. So from the 7th of June, sorry. 7th of June. I fell down. So, and then, so day one's going to be the 7th of June, 2009, and it'll go to the 6th of June, 2010. So it's going to go for our first year of marriage. But I've started looking at the temperatures, and some of the temperatures are like, what do I follow? The low temperature, the high temperatures. Like some of them are like, and it varies greatly too. Some of them is like in November, it was like one day it was like a low of 21 degrees with a high of 42 degrees, and the next day it was like a low of 16 degrees with a high of 22 degrees. Wacky weather. But that's not it. I mean, to me, that'll just make the window look better. But I'm like, but for the days where like the temperature, and this is all in Celsius, sorry, I'm in Australia, so Celsius. There's such a variation between the low temperature and the high temperature. So which one do I follow? Or should I just get the average medium temperature for the day and just do it that way? And just follow what the medium temperature for the day is? Or I'm wondering whether I can do like one strand of each colour and have it so instead of having the back stitches all in one strand, maybe do the back stitches in 2 strands, but do the 2 strands in the high and the low temperature. And I think that might look good. Because it would be variation. I wonder if that would be too much. There is a lady in my cross stitch group who's doing it, but she's been doing that. I don't know if she's actually started the window. I'll have to ask her and find out what she's doing it, but I don't know. I've got a feeling I'm going to kick myself for using these, but they're pretty, but I have worked with these before, once before. Oh my God. I know they're terrible. But I figure it's a day and it's back stitching, so it's not going to be lots and lots of crosses, and yeah. We'll see. Let me know when you can. I'll let you guys know when I start, and you guys can let me know if you hear me screaming and swearing. Saying devil's thread, devil's thread. And see how that goes. 'Cause, yeah, not good. Otherwise, that is actually all. Not a lot of haul. Like I said, just those 2 patterns there for the haul. A lot of stitching. That's my excuse for not making any videos, is that, where is it? Oh! in love. I'm in love. And then this. So, yeah. I'm sorry, you guys are going to be so sick of seeing this, but I love it so much. I pined after. I looked at it for so long, wanting to buy it. And then when I actually bought it, I got delayed a couple of years. And I could have started it with the DMC threads. And like I said, I'm doing 101 hours in the DMC threads. And that one looks great. But I am so happy I waited for the variegated threads. And thank you, Kim, so much for sending those so quickly to me. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. You know, she got threads and she passed them right on to say thank you because they look so good. Yeah, so, but yeah, because I ordered in the kits. I'm like, yeah, so, but, yeah, so that's all. Everything else, I'm trying to think of anything else. Nothing really. I'm starting the new role. That new role at work was meant to start end of June. Then it was going to be mid-July, late July. Then we got the date of the 12th of August. But we've been doing all this training for it. And the official start has now been pushed back to the 20th of August. But we're still doing all the training for it. Because what it is, it's a global role. So we're having to learn. I'm confident of all the processes. But how America does everything, how Canada does everything, the UK, Europe, Singapore, Hong Kong, we already know how Australia works. And it is all different. We tickets differently. We have different rules for the way tickets work. You think it's a global thing. Like, airline industry is global. Like, it really, you're leaving one country and flying and landing in another country and tickets, you know what I mean? But no, they all work differently. But I'm pretty sure of all the processes. Well, the most thing I'm worried about is I'm going to get a call from Singapore and I'm going to try and apply a Canadian process to it, or get a call from France and do something US to it, or Australianize America or something like that. So I'll be fine. Though I'm not the only one thinking about that. I know all my other colleagues are a bit worried about it as well. We're sure about the processes. And the other thing that I'm worried about is I have pretty much all of September off. We're going for a cruise at the start of September, 4-day cruise. It's a 4-day cruise. The family going on a 4-day cruise. And then I come back for a couple of days. And then I've got a couple of cross-stitch retreats. But they're literally one's one weekend and the one's the weekend afterwards. So I've taken the week off in between, because I've got friends coming up from Melbourne who are going to the retreats, and no, don't go back down to Melbourne, stay with Amanda and I, and we'll do these cross-stitch road trips and that. And now I'm like, oh my god, so I'm going to learn everything, be on the phone for like maybe 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and then off for about a month, and I'm going to forget everything. So I'm kind of nervous about that. But everybody's really supportive. The other people, there were 5 of us who got the job. Well, the role. There was 5 roles. So, we'll work together. We'll be fine. But, yeah, I am nervous about that. My dad is doing well. Same old, so which is good. Mum is... We finally convinced her that she needed to go and get that knee replacement done. And they've told her that she needs to lose weight. Emotional eating, and I don't blame her. It's been so much, yeah. So she's now working on that, but good. My sister and I will take care of her, and we'll take care of Dad, and everything will work out. It'll be fine. And what else? Nothing. My husband also started a new job. Hoping to get into my archery again more. I get into archery and then it kind of falls by the wayside when I get busy with kids and house and family and stuff. But because I have Mondays off, my plan is I'm going to go and do archery every Monday. Because hubby will be at work, the kids will be at school, so they can't have friends over or anything like that. I don't have to play chauffeur or chaperone or anything like that. Like, it's total me time. And I really want to get back to shooting archery. If anybody wants to give archery, I highly recommend it. It's good mentally and everything like that, but there's something very therapeutic about shooting arrows into a target. It is. My husband says I have an unhealthy obsession with sharp, pointy things. That goes with my cross stitching, but it's, you know, you just look down at the target and it clears your mind. I don't know. Try it. It is fantastic. I love it. The sound that arrow makes when it hits the target. Feels good. But yeah, sorry. There is always so hard to end, although I am kind of really happy because no sneezing. I think this is the first video I've had with no sneezing. But I'll get this edited up and hopefully not so long until the next video. I hope you all have a wonderful day, weekend, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.